Welcome back to the Verdict Zone. This isn't just motivation. This is an autopsy of an outcome. Months ago, we dissected a painful family business rift between two sisters, Layla and Simone. You listened, you debated, and you rendered your judgment in the comments. Now, we have the founder's update, and it's a story of liberation, explosive growth, and an unresolved, deafening family silence. You might remember the core conflict. Simone demanded 50% ownership of Layla's business. That demand was met not with a counteroffer, but with a complete retraction of any offer at all. This isn't a rant. This is a receipt of the results, a follow-up on the facts. And trust me, the bottom line is staggering. After weeks of agonizing, Layla listened to her gut, and the firm advice of her wife. She didn't just say no to giving away half her company. She took the entire ownership offer right off the table. The response was immediate and severe. Her sister, Simone, quit. The family was fractured. Holiday gatherings became minefields of awkwardness. A wall of silence went up between the two sisters, a wall that stands to this day. But then, with the emotional debris still settling, Layla made her power move. She hired two new, non-family, part-time employees. And according to her, the energy in the company shifted overnight. The new team brought fresh ideas, a collaborative spirit, and a genuine passion for the work. The result? The quality of their output soared. They became a collaborative dream team, free from the tension that had been holding them back. And the business? It didn't just recover, it skyrocketed. The company's social media presence exploded to over 100,000 followers. Client demand surged so much that Layla had to start a waitlist. The passion she had for her work, which had been smothered by family drama, was back with a vengeance. Even the complicated family dynamic found a new, strange kind of clarity. While Simone still won't speak to her, almost everyone else in the family, including, get this, Simone's own husband, Marcus, is quietly or openly in Layla's corner. They've seen the business thrive, they've seen Layla happier, and they've drawn their own conclusions. Layla's final words to us were powerful. She said she regrets how it all went down, the pain and the clumsiness of it. But she does not, for 1 second, regret the decision itself. She is now certain that giving up that control would have led to misery for her and the eventual failure of the business she poured her life into. So let's analyze this outcome, let's perform the autopsy. First, the case for vindication. Layla's business instincts were proven 100% correct. Removing what she described as a draining, entitled dynamic was the direct catalyst for this unprecedented success. The market, through soaring demand, and even most of her own family validated her difficult position. The numbers don't lie. But then there's the cost. A seemingly permanent rift with her only sibling. The victory in her professional life is haunted by a ghost at every family function. She won the battle for her business, but she may have lost the war for that sisterly relationship forever. And that is a heavy price to pay. We often talk on this channel about the hard choices life throws at us. We aren't angry at the system of hard choices, we're disappointed in the excuses we make to avoid them. For a while, Layla made the excuse of maybe and we'll see just to keep the peace. Ultimately, she stopped making excuses and she acted, saving her life's work in the process. This whole situation raises a brutal but necessary question: was Simone's presence, and the constant emotional labor of managing her expectations, actually a hidden tax on the business's potential? The update strongly suggests the answer is yes. Her departure wasn't a loss to the company, it was the removal of a ceiling that had been artificially capping its growth. And so we arrive at the final moral judgment we have to sit with. When protecting your dream, your life's work, requires breaking a fundamental family bond, how do you even begin to measure the worth of that dream against the weight of the fracture? And is winning, in the eyes of the world, with all the success and accolades, a full consolation for the profound silence at the family dinner table? Layla's story has become the ultimate testament to a difficult principle: trust the data, not just the emotion. The data of her thriving business, her happy and productive team, and the majority of her family members rallying behind her is overwhelming. The emotions are messy and painful, but the data is crystal clear. Our final verdict is this: Layla made the objectively correct, though brutally painful, decision. Her update proves that what felt like a catastrophic risk, standing up to her sister, was actually a necessary pruning. The business, and Layla herself, are healthier for it. The true tragedy here isn't Layla's choice, but perhaps her sister's inability to see past her own feelings of entitlement to celebrate Layla's incredible success. This was the autopsy of a clean break and a very unclean healing. Has this update changed your original verdict? Does the staggering success justify the means, or does the family wound negate the entire victory? The comments are still open for your final judgment. Let us know. If you're here for the facts, for the follow-ups, and for the real-world consequences of life's toughest dilemmas, subscribe to The Verdict Zone. You won't want to miss what we dissect next.